Hi, everybody. Jack O'Malley, and it's a Friday evening update here. And just want to kind of go back. Wednesday's update, I kind of labeled it as a difficult topic and a tough thing to talk about. And it's true. We're talking about suicide. And after that, I posted that. And for those who didn't see it, go back and watch it. But basically, what I was talking about is that there are so many people out there. There's the COVID patient, and then there's a lot of people who've been affected by COVID but have never had it. And suicide, anxiety, that's something that's out there. And my hope is that if people are feeling in a dark or dim place, they need to ask for help. And this was spurred by some talks I had with some folks in the district telling me about how many suicides we've increased since a year ago. And after I posted that, I had a couple of folks tell me who were kind of in the first responder area that said, yeah, they are up, but you didn't talk about attempted suicides. We don't really hear about those. So, and they're up too. And so again, I go back to the point that if you are in a dark place, the anxiety is there because of all of this COVID stuff, then please call for help. Google it, because the number will come up wherever you're at. It might be a different number, it might be a local number. You need to call. Okay. So I bring Wednesday's topic into Friday that way. It's just kind of an update to you because I hadn't thought about the attempted, and they're up too, and that's sad. And another number I heard from a gentleman who is in the business community and works with, our economic system, that their outfit is guesstimating that there will be 20 to 25% of businesses in the state that will fail because of COVID. Remember COVID patients and then COVID issues that have been hurt by COVID, never had it. Now think about that. 20 to 25% of our businesses in Michigan will fail because, have already or will because of COVID. Think about that. And how I don't think anybody would argue the fact that we need to be smart, we need to be safe, we need to social distance, we need to wash our hands. Yes, we need to wear our masks unless you can't, right? And there are some who will never wear a mask. I always have to say this. I feel like I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. If you expect 100% compliance, you will never get it. But yes, wear a mask if you can. If you can't, leave people alone. Don't just go up to them and harass them. I don't even want to get back off on that topic. But you know what I'm saying? We need to be smart. And one of the things is, as I move forward here, I just see where our governor has been so heavy-handed in how she's handled things. And I think there is a safer, smarter approach. For example, one of the things that I've talked about since, I won't say day one, but maybe day 6 or 7, that we need to do this smartly, safely, regionally, right? I've said that forever. And the governor then came out with these very strict regional plans when I felt, and that many in the Republican caucus felt, that it should be a very flexible regional. If this part of the state is having an issue, they need certain rules. And this part of the state that's having nothing shouldn't be in the same kind of conditions. And we have all these executive orders. So the reason I'm boiling this, I want to boil this tonight's down, because over the last few days, I've been making some calls and I've been talking to the superintendents of the 101st, because I wanted, how are your schools handling this? Where are we going? Because I know this is an important issue for parents, kids and teachers and staff and the community, right? So I wanted, as representative, I wanted to hear from the people who are leading these districts. And I talked to probably 90% of the superintendents. And I got a mixed bag in the sense, why not? You've got, however many school districts it is. But one of the things that I got I got out of this, and it depends on how they said it, but the point was the same. Everybody is worried that no matter what the local school district does, somewhere along the line, Governor Whitmer is going to come in, and this is my image for roller. She's just going to use a roller instead of a fine brush, because she's been so heavy-handed in really everything she's done. I'm going to say, for the conversation at this moment, her intentions were good. I know I'm going to get all blowback. Hear me out. For this conversation, this moment, every intention she had was good. But that doesn't mean her implementation was the right way to go. I believe that this state, 83 counties, 10 million people, things need to be local in so many ways, and especially with this. So talking to the superintendents, they both said the same thing, but they both had, they all said the same thing, but there was a little nuance. And they've all worked extremely hard on localized plans, on what to do if there is a outbreak, if there is an issue. They've all got this planned. And a smaller segment was like, man, I'd let the state do it because they're going to come in and shut us down anyway. I paraphrase. And then there was the bigger group that was like, no, we've worked so hard. Our people have put in so much work. We have a plan. We are ready to open our schools safely with butts in the seat for that group, and maybe an online component over here. The point is, I pray that the governor does not come in with another heavy-handed look, and the superintendents of the 101st and their schools and their principals and their staffs have been working hard. They've got cleaning in place. They've got disinfecting in place. They've got plans if this happens, plans if that happens. So I want parents out there in the 101st to know that your school, your district, they're working hard. They're ready. What I don't believe they want is this all of a sudden you implement and bam-o. And they have reason to worry about that, because a few weeks ago we were talking in our COVID oversight committee with businesses that have proven, in other states, proven protocols in place to allow them to open up, to be clean, be safe, etc. Gyms and fitness centers are a prime example. But yet our governor keeps them very restricted when other states are opening them up. And they've got these protocols in place. We remember salons? They had all sorts of things ready to go. They presented them to the governor, and there they sat. So there is precedence here for working a plan out and being ready to go, and to have it busted and busted down. And, we all want to feel safe and secure and just peace of mind, right? And I get that. So what I want to tell you tonight is, in the 101st, and I'm assuming everywhere else in the state, but I talked to the superintendents of the 101st, our schools are ready. They're nervous like everybody else because there's so many people with so many thoughts. But our superintendents, our staff, our school boards, our parents have been working to come up with protocols, and the 101st is ready. And I think that you need to understand that. They also, and when I say this, please understand, what I got from them is they also realize there are going to be parents who are concerned and don't want their kids there. They get that, and they're ready. That's the point. So as we move forward here, I'm praying the governor keeps her nose out of this one and allows our schools to open up locally with local plans. And I think that will it happen? If that happens, if the governor says, okay, well, two things. If we win in September in the Supreme Court, then this is a horse of a different color. But if all things are right now, when schools reopen and butts are back in the seat, there are going to be some bubbles here and there. It's a virus, and that's human nature. But I guess as we sit here in August, the first part of August, realize, and I look at this as good news. I was so encouraged when I talked to these superintendents. They're ready. There are some issues. Cost, the cost of cleaning materials. From what I got out on my calls, a smaller district could be anywhere from, $70,000 up to some of the bigger school districts in the district that have already ready to spend $100,000 just on cleaning supplies and things like that, extra cleaning supplies. So I mean, there's some variations in there, but I want you to have that peace of mind knowing that as we move forward, your school district folk have been taking your concerns into account and they've been working hard. So I know there's a whole discussion and somebody will say, I'm not sending my kid back. I guess the point is, before you just do this, find out what your school district is doing and talk to them and get comfortable. Then if you decide, they're prepared for those parents, but they're prepared for moving forward too. So every school district is different. As I've said before, Ishpeming is different than Romulus, right? Just is. So that's good news on a Friday night. And I think Friday night should be about good news. So that's where I'm going to leave you. We'll talk again on Monday. I'm sure there will be plenty of topics. Have a great weekend. I'll keep you in my prayers. I ask that you keep me and all of our leaders, including our governor, in your prayers. Have a good weekend, everybody.